hide behind these walls. You can't hide behind these walls. Well, that's about 10 minutes. That was a good intro. But people are here. They're not. Slavatron's here. Servo's here. Boggle, probably here. Let's go ahead and jump right into the podcast. Let's go to just talking, just chatting, or just talking. So welcome to the stream. This will be the official intro now. That was kind of a special little live intro. So let's go ahead and go right into the podcast, and I will start with our little introduction, and then we'll get going. Welcome to Spicy Town, everybody. Mir here, Jack Don't Care. Basically just welcoming you to the community. We think everyone is worthy of a community, and we hope you'll join us in our passion for games, as well as supporting indie game developers. Let's go ahead, and we got we are doing a podcast, so we have a blog as well. I'm reading off of my blog right now. Basically what I like to do for these things, I like to read my blog, broadcast it live on Twitch, throw in some extra stories, maybe take some questions from people in chat, and then I save that, package it up, and repost it in all kinds of places. So I'm going to go and repost the link to the blog right there. It gives you the link to the blog and the podcast on Spotify. It's on a bunch of other places too, but I think most people are familiar with Spotify. So today's topic is exercise. I titled this one, not exercise, like ... not exercise. No, why would you talk about that? I want to think about playing video games. I think it's good to have a balance. And so I want to talk about how maybe to maintain a balance, how to get that started, how I started it, and just really a super brief version of sort of what I've been doing this last year or so, probably less than a year actually. I want to say maybe this year, like maybe it's even this year, less than this year. Maybe started after this year. And I also don't have my earbuds in, so I should probably put those in. I'll get my earbuds in. Got my blog open, and we are ready to go. Exercise. Many people dread it, but the thing is, after my workout is done, the feeling of accomplishment is huge. I don't know, endorphins are going, whatever you want to call it. My energy actually goes up when I start each morning with exercise. I needed to do it every day to see change, because there's just no shortcuts. There's no easy way out. It takes burning calories, and burning calories just takes hard work. There's no other way around it. And then Slavatron is talking about in the chat right now. He's talking about his song. Sweet. Yeah, you gotta post that in the Discord, and we could see what we could do about the song. Back exercise. I hear all the time about how healthy I eat, right? People always say, "Oh, you're eating that for lunch. You eat that." Like, what is that? I don't even know what that is. People like, I don't even know what that is. But I actually gained like 15 pounds in the last like 12 months. I gained 15 pounds. I lost it back, but I had gained like about 15 pounds. So I was like the heaviest I ever was in my life. And that was because I ate a lot. I hardly moved. I got to the point where I was either like at work or I was at home, and I was just sitting a lot. And when I wasn't sitting, I would go out and eat, and so I would obviously eat like a healthy lunch and a healthy breakfast, and I just go out and I'd eat like a ton, and that's just kind of how it was. So what I decided to do was I wanted to get back down to my old weight, so I kind of made a goal of my high school weight. I wasn't even sure if I was ever going to make it. I was like, maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'll be happy if I get like halfway there, I'll be good. So what I started doing, I started exercising first thing in the morning every day. And that's kind of how it started. I would just walk for 45 minutes. This is all I do is walk. I just walk for 45 minutes. Slavatron flex on everybody right now in the chat with their bench press. And that's what it took. Because it took like the change started with just walking. I'm like, I think it's a pretty small step, but it's hard to do that. It's hard to find time. And I think it's so important that I recommend actually, if you have no time, just waking up 20 or 30 minutes earlier. I think it's worth it. 20 or 30 minutes less sleep, 20, 30 minutes of walking could be a huge difference. I would wake up early, drink a glass of water, then do my walk, which eventually turned into a jog, which eventually turned into a run. Still a lot of walking though. And then I drink another class when I was done with that. Yes. Park and then run 2 laps or wherever you're going, right? We're going to talk about parking and cars and stuff here soon too. Welcome to the stream, sweetie. Welcome to the
Thank you
podcast
very much.
section of the stream. I'm about exercise. Reading my blog right now. There's a command there for that too. So that basically turned into a walk at night. So I do 45 minutes in the morning, 45 minutes at night. Then I added a 1 mile jog in once a week. So basically, like Mondays or whatever, I forget exactly what day it was, I would run a mile. I wouldn't do that every day, but I'd do it on Monday. I'd run a mile. Then I ran a 2 mile. So I ran a 1 mile on one day, then a 2 mile on another day. And then I ran a 3 mile as well. So I did 1 mile on one day, then a 2 mile on another day, then 3 mile another day. And I still walked every single day, but I'd also throw in these mile runs. And I haven't been doing that lately because I had an injury, and that kind of set me back a little bit. But I'm trying to slowly get back into things. Once again, I don't want to jump in and just start running 3 miles. I want to start walking and building up that habit. And this is most important, is just building it up slowly, making it so it becomes like a normal thing as opposed to like, oh, I don't want to get up and do this. It just becomes normal. It becomes like a part of the routine. It's like, no, I have to do it. That's what I do in the morning. So I try to work out in other ways too. So for example, any kind of free time is a potential for workout time. And so for example, throughout the day, I always try to walk. If your job doesn't allow this, walk as much as you can. For example, I park far away from the store and I walk further. You basically just can't take shortcuts. That's kind of where it starts. Like everything just kind of starts with shortcuts, right? How can I take a shortcut? So we see leveling up as well seasoned. I think it's like level 3, level 2 or level 3. Thanks for the support. That's a lot of chilies. That's not easy, guys. If you want to know what that is, there's a command for that. And so with the no shortcuts, like I said, it's just there's so many shortcuts, right? Like I'm gonna sit in this place, and I'm gonna sit over here, and I'm gonna sit and do like, no, you could be exercising. Try to stand instead of sitting when possible. So if you do have a chance to sit, just stand. And sometimes when I'm standing in a long line, like I know it's gonna be standing in line, I'll even do calf raises while I'm in line. Because I'm just standing here anyway. I might as well get a calf workout, and it's like those little calories every day. That's what I'm saying by no shortcuts. Like getting rid of those calories just a little bit at a time every day is what's really going to impact you, not the huge workouts once a week. Though there is some like high intensity training. There's a lot of other things you could do, but this is just like super basic stuff. Anybody can do this. So one thing that kind of helps me getting into a habit, but honestly I don't really use it that much, is like apps. It kind of helped me get started, and eventually I won't need the app anymore. That's how it works for me. Like the app is it kind of stops working, but since I built it into a habit, it's okay. I use Google right now because it kind of just does a lot of things automatically, and you can even set movement and step goals. And if you hit them repeatedly, it'll actually ask you to raise them. It'll be like, hey, do you want to raise your goal? There's a step goal, movement goal, and heart point goal, which I think has to do with the intensity. And so I try to hit at least one goal every day. So even if I don't hit the 10,000 step goal, I still want to try to hit the heart goal or the movement goal. And so it's kind of neat to be able to hit at least one of those. When you hit all three, it's even better. One app in particular that I can recommend is Zombie Run. That's a really fun one. I haven't done it in a long time because it's actually an interactive story where you are a runner for like a human camp, like Walking Dead, etc. The story plays out in audio over your headset, and then sometimes like zombies will get near you, so it's like, oh, you gotta run, man, you gotta go run and pick up the supplies. And so you go run and pick up the supplies, and people are talking to you, and then sometimes zombies come and you have to like pick up your intensity. I don't know if you actually like lose or anything. I don't know if anything actually happens if you don't pick up your intensity. It could just be like a mentality thing, but I thought it was pretty exciting and fun. At some point you'll start paying for it, but it updated. It might be completely free now. I forget exactly how it works, but that was really cool. Slavatron is recommending that if you want to work out your arms while running, from Fortnite, it helps to emote. Right, yeah, you got to emote in Fortnite. That's right. That's going to help you exercise. So for upper body, I didn't really do a whole lot. I was trying to do a workout every other day with resistance bands. I had like a particular workout I did. Same with my abs, kind of like a little ab workout. It wasn't like a huge focus of mine, but it worked out pretty well. I kind of liked the tone and definition I was getting. I would also say increase a little bit at a time, kind of like the walking to running to that kind of thing. It's like just do a little bit. If all you could do is 10 push-ups in one day, which is what I started doing actually, I did 10 push-ups. I would do that for a whole week. So do 10 push-ups every single day. And then the next week, do 12 push-ups every single day. Like, and it's like it's just like a little bit. It's just a little bit difference. But I think it's all about that increasing. You need to increase the amount that you do to really see a difference. And since then, I actually haven't done any upper body workouts. I started doing jujitsu 2 to 3 times a week, and so that kind of replaced my upper body workout. And and since when I got injured, I didn't really do any, and now I'm getting back into jiu-jitsu again. So I'm kind of getting back into everything myself. When I wrote this originally, it was actually before. I'm starting to get back into it. Basically, what it comes down to is you're kind of worth the effort. Like whatever you want to achieve with your fitness, I think it's worth it. If you want to be super fit, that's worth it. If you just want to lose a little weight, that's worth it. Whatever it is, it's worthwhile to do. Whatever your goal is, whatever you're able to do, you just have to do it. And so that's where I think is the hardest part. Actually, there should be like a whole blog post just on motivation. So if it's the hardest part, I mean, it's just the hardest part. I don't know. Like, how do you get over the motivation? I mean, there's programs, there's workouts, you could pay for it, and that kind of motivates you if you don't want to waste your money. You could work out with somebody else. There's videos, there's routines. It's just mind-boggling how many things there are. So I think it's just about choosing something and running with it, and even like change it. Like if you choose something and you hate it, just change to something else. Don't stop. Just change to a different routine, change to a different workout, change to a different program, and just don't stop. And I think if we hold each other accountable, then if you have someone to actually like make sure you're working out, that could really help. You could do challenges with each other and stuff with different apps and things. But basically, whatever questions you have, or if you want me to go into more detail on what I do, then just let me know in any of my social media, and then it's all good. I'll put a link in my. Actually, I won't even bother putting a link in my chat right now because everybody knows what it is, and they can just find them down in the panels below. So that's basically all the things I really wanted to say about exercise today. And so we got some games, we got some other things. I'm streaming live right now. Good night, sweetie. Good night. Good night. Good night. Thank you for stopping by and say hi as always, and redeeming the well seasoned. And I will say goodbye to all of you as well, listening on YouTube, where I post videos, or Spotify and other places with the podcast. Thank you for listening, and hopefully I'll talk to you next week. Sunshine this morning, but I don't feel a thing. Sweetest lips on my